Welcome back, everyone. Before we start, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more movie recaps. Let's get into today's story. A quiet rural cop is suddenly thrust into the bustling city to investigate a chilling and mysterious murder. At first, he moves cautiously through the crime scene, surveying the room like any routine patrol. But something unusual catches his eye. The victim doesn't lie naturally. They've been moved, carefully posed, almost as if the killer wanted someone to notice, to observe every detail. The scene is deliberate, almost theatrical, and a shiver runs down his spine. 5 years ago, he faced the same killer. Now the murders return, darker and deadlier. He's chasing a ghost who dares him to catch up. Every hour counts. At the morgue, his old partner, a forensic expert, uncovers the same unsettling details. Bite marks, shaved foot hair, signature moves of a killer who never forgets. With the past and present colliding, he dives into old files, desperate to stop a madman who seems always one step ahead. Time is running out. To thank his friend, he treated the forensic doctor to a meal. The doctor showed a simple keychain symbolizing the secret they share. The man returned to the crime scene to look for clues. As he opened the fridge, the landlord suddenly burst in.
I thought you guys were finished.
How long is this frisbee it's been broken?
I don't know, a week maybe.
You are responsible for repairs.
Oh, are you thinking about moving in?
The landlord said she had contacted a repair company but got no response. The man noted the address and back home kept thinking. He suspected the killer was linked to both cases. Thinking of the dead girls, he felt deep guilt and broke down. Meanwhile, Chief Remy learned the man was once a legendary detective. 5 years ago, he was removed from duty after suspension, divorce, and multiple surgeries, leaving him unfit for frontline work. Remy was warned not to get too close to him. Robert had secretly taken extended leave, not for rest but for a mission, to hunt the killer down and bring him to justice. At the repair shop, Robert found the victim's request was mysteriously canceled, so he gathered every worker's details. Meanwhile, Remy investigated missing cases and discovered one victim loved night runs and wore a red hairpin before she vanished. 5 brutal murders weighed heavily on him. Another body, the 6th, was found, but when Remy checked, it wasn't the missing girl after comparing the photos. She was still out there, alive or not yet found. At that moment, Robert appeared with answers, handing Remy the repair worker list. They were certain the killer was among them, and together they headed to a bar to piece it all together. Remy saw a chilling pattern. Most victims were attacked in the north and dumped in the south, while in southern cases, it was reversed. A deliberate misdirection. The killer likely used 2 vehicles to move bodies unseen. The bite marks revealed a twisted post-mortem desire. After the 5th kill, the killer posed the victim and waited. Robert led Remy to the bridge. Something awaited. This was the crime scene from 5 years ago. The victim then, a convicted mirror queen, was nothing like the recent girls. Was the killer just practicing? The police must treat all victims equally. A tear slid from Robert's eye, moving Remy. Investigating the repair workers, 2 had records. After dropping Remy home, Robert watched a suspect's car. Its mileage was high, when a shadow suddenly appeared.
Can I help you?
It was Leto, a repair shop worker, who stepped out with the trash and spotted Robert. To ease the awkwardness, Robert glanced at a "for sale" sign, but Leto said it wasn't for this car, so he left. After Leto took out the trash, Robert secretly grabbed the bag, emptied it at home, inspected everything, especially the leftover pizza, and called the forensic team. The items weren't enough for court, so Robert began tailing Leto, noticing his nights were spent at bars, barbecue shops, and chasing women. While following him, Leto drove close to Robert, locked eyes, and pointed behind him. Remy confirmed it was a dump site, a clear taunt. Soon the police tracked down Leto's other car, mysteriously taken by a tow company with no report filed. Inside, the vehicle revealed little. Just high mileage and a few fingerprints eerily similar to the crime scenes. But it wasn't enough to tie him to the murders. The trail felt frustratingly close, yet still just out of reach. To get to the truth, the police brought Leto in, but he was unnervingly calm. Relaxed, even excited. A true crime fan with no hint of guilt. When asked about his missing car, Leto said he'd reported it, but the police ignored it. Shown the victim's photos, he showed no shock, studying them like art, revealing his twisted mind. Robert nearly lost control at Leto's mocking arrogance, but colleagues stepped in just in time. Without evidence, the police had to release Leto or risk disaster. Just then, a girl came forward saying a suspicious car had followed her home. She drove into an empty gas station, hid in the restaurant as the stranger approached, then escaped out the back and flagged down a passing truck. Remy showed her a series of photos. She hesitated on Leto's, saying he looked like him yet not, recalling a brief encounter while he was escorted for questioning, making her unreliable as an eyewitness. Soon Remy hit a dead end and planned to hand the case to the FBI. But his superiors revealed that 8 years ago, someone confessed to a murder, but Leto wasn't at the scene, making him just a red herring. Remy rushed to Robert, telling him Leto wasn't the killer but a man obsessed with murders, who enjoyed being treated like a suspect. Robert disagreed. Every clue seemed to point to Leto, just lacking direct evidence. Perhaps the proof lay in his apartment. Following Robert's analysis, Remy agreed to search Leto's home. To cover Robert, he tricked Leto into leaving, giving Robert the chance to enter. Inside, Robert found Leto eavesdropping on police radios, hoarding crime books, and even running a photo darkroom. A hidden floor compartment held murder case clippings, including Robert's 5-year-old case. Alerted, Leto called the police, who found nothing. Robert had already slipped onto the roof. Remy saw Leto nearby and instantly knew he was behind it. The next day, he and Robert began tailing him, but Leto left no trace. Determined, Remy kept watch all night while Robert went for coffee. Suddenly, a phone rang in a nearby booth. Curious, Remy answered, and found it was Leto, deliberately taunting the police. Losing patience, Remy pinned Leto against a gate, demanding the girl's location. Leto smirked. "Okay, I'll take you to her." Ignoring protocol, Remy got in the car. Robert, returning with coffee, saw them leave and decided to follow. They arrived at a mansion. Leto used a key to open the iron gate, then drove to an empty field. Following Leto's instructions, Remy moved to a spot where Leto claimed the girl was buried. Leto tossed him a shovel, but when he picked it up, he handed it back. With no choice, Remy began digging himself. Exhausted, Remy dug from spot to spot, following Leto's cruel directions. With each move, Leto's taunts grew darker, mocking Remy's family and suggesting they could be taken if he had accomplices. Blinded by anger, Remy struck him, but Leto went limp, collapsing silently before him. "Hey, get up!" Remy realized in horror he had killed him. Robert arrived, understood instantly, and calmly told Remy, "Bury him first. We'll deal with it later." After ensuring Remy was safe, Robert acted swiftly. He dumped Leto's car, cleared his house, and took the hidden box. He helped Remy bury the body and told him to stay home. Days later, Remy got a honey-colored envelope with a red hairpin. The girl's body was never found, and Robert burned Leto's belongings. Quietly, he paused, surveying the scene. Final shot: Robert holding new hairpins, except the red one.